Alright guys, so welcome to another YouTube video. Today we're actually not talking about the truck. We're actually going to build a headboard for my son's full-size bed. We bought him a full bed. He went from twin to full, graduated, so we're gonna make him a little bed frame with a few shelves. He wants to display some stuff on the shelf, so here's a little idea of what I have going on. We're gonna start with the shelves. These are the shelves and this is the support sides. Again, these are 1x4s. True width is actually more like 3.5, and the actual, well, that's the length. The width here, they're all about 3/4. That's a true length, but that's just how they size wood itself. It's not the exact measurements. Okay, so a full-size bed is 53 inches wide, so I'm going to give it an extra ½ inch on each side. We're going to go 54. Make an exact line on 54. Alright, so now we're going to do the side wall. These are the parts that are standing up. So I'm going to put this on the floor so we can measure it out. This is much easier to measure on the floor. And we're going to borrow one of these little ones here. So I don't want this to be more than 44.5 inches. So I'm going to mark a line to where I want it here. Perfect. So this will be the height. This will be the width. Right? So you're going to grab the two of these that are the closest to size and exact size, just to make sure the edges stay even. And then I bought these 3/4 inch screws, which I'm going to put in just a little bit past the end so I can fill it with putty, and it'll go in about a little more than ½ inch. The best way to do this is to actually have two of these at the same time. Just a little bit past so you can fill it with putty. And now we're going to do the other side. There's one little shelf. Use your scrap wood also. Good little place for just leverage and things line up. Perfect, look at that. So that's what it will kind of look like. I just need the bigger shelf on top. I'm gonna measure that real quick. Alright, so once I put this on, this is a full inch wider. So this is a 5-inch wide, this is 6-inch wide, and it's actually a full inch. So I'm gonna make this go out a full inch also, so just to keep it even. So the length from side to side, including these side pieces on each side, is 55 5/8. So we're gonna add 2 to that, right? An inch on each side, so it'll be 57 5/8. Check out the wood before you cut it also, because this wood has a chip on this side, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this part off. I'll just use from this side, right? So 55 5/8, 56 5/8 to 57 5/8. right? Okay, now this is the top shelf. It's already been cut to that 57 that we talked about. And we're going to measure now an inch for the hangover plus 3/4. An inch and 3/4, so we can screw it in. And let's make sure the other side is good. Up. Okay, so now we got to plan the sides here. So what I'm doing is I'm actually measuring about 7 inches down, then another 7 inches for the second, and it'll leave about 26, 27 inches from here all the way to the bottom. So from the floor up, because the mattress is not going to sit outside of this, kind of going to go in a little bit. So you want to measure the mattress to make sure it fits in. And I'm actually leaving an extra about 1.5 inches to 2 inches just in case there's, you know, the comforter or a thicker mattress ever goes in. So leave about 1.5 inches to 2 inches here in space. Okay. So just measured 7.5 inches from top, which remember shelf sits on top of this, so it'll have actual 7.5 inches of shelf space. I used one of these also, some scrap pieces to kind of mark each side. Then I measured another 7.5 down to the next one, which is here. Okay. And then move this over and made another double lines there. And then from the bottom up, here, we're gonna have just over 27 inches, 27.25. Okay, remember the mattress is around 25 3/4 to 26, so that'll give us a little wiggle room there. So I can line up this line right here. You can use nails, small nails, but I always feel like screws just hold things in so much better. We're gonna put this on the floor, see if we can get it a little flatter. Once I put these in. Alright, so now we're going to go inside and measure where the bed lines up, whether it's higher or lower, and figure out where exactly we're going to put this, a little further in, a little further out. I'm saying maybe about an inch in, just to give the bolts enough room in the back to tighten up. Right? Let's go measure inside. Alright, so these are the bolts that I bought. Okay. And so once I put them in, they are going to stick out just a little bit at the back, so that's why I'm going to end up leaving this a little bit out, so it's not going to be completely against the wall. It's going to be kind of in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to make a hole enough with the drill bit, just big enough to go there. Just going to have to kind of pull it. Okay, so the best way to put this on is really going to be putting the board on first. The screws and the holes that I made. Yeah, putting the board on first, on the side, bolting it, making it straight, and then putting the actual frame, the backboard, around it, and screwing it in on the side. Okay, so we'll see how that works. Alright, so now that this is on, we're going to go bring the actual headboard and see how it fits. Alright, so we measured about an inch in on each side. Make sure it levels out. So let's tap this one. And I got one that's a little bit longer just because this is a pretty crucial piece. I want to make sure it's a little long enough to cover the whole thing. And that goes in the middle here. And this one put a little underneath it. Pretty much it. We're gonna unbolt it now from there and there. Take those two bolts off, and we're gonna sand it down some and then paint it. Well, I'm sorry, sand it, and we're gonna put some putty on all the screws and paint it. Okay, we're gonna try some of this putty. See how this stuff works. I got some latex gloves here that I found in the garage. I don't know how good they are, but I've had them for a while. Got me a little spatula. We're gonna just tap this on each one of the little bolts that we just put on here. And then use a little spatula to flatten it out. It's pretty good. So I just patched up pretty much all this. I take the latex glove off. It really doesn't feel much more than like whenever you're doing texture on. Damn it. Some parts did have a lot of holes and cracks. I'm gonna go back and sand this also, but you can see there's a bunch of little cracks everywhere. And I went ahead and kind of touched up whatever I could. I did put some here on the edge. On the edge. And I put another screw here kind of to hold this top shelf a little tighter. Miklo. Here's something. Ah, splinter. Oh. So it looks like the putty pretty much dried up. Now I just sanded it down. As you can see how the edge is kind of rounded here. And with the back edge still sharp. So I rounded off the whole edge and even the corners just to make sure nobody gets hurt. I'm gonna round this one just a little more, and to do that is just with the sander. Alright, so we just finished the first coat of paint. We'll let it dry all night and do the second coat in the morning. Alright, so the headboard is completed. We just finished doing a second coat, in and out, all the way around. Nice and white. Okay, so we just lined up the front bolt, bottom bolt with washer. You don't have to tighten it up yet. Just put all the bolts in first and then we'll tighten it up on here. Like that. There we go. Alright, so now you kind of want to space it out just a little on each side. A little bit. Alright, so now we can start tying this up. Alright guys, so there it is. Son wants to display his shoes, so the shoes are up. Got a good little shelf space. Can put his phone on one side, alarm clock on the other. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out some of these other videos I got too.